such a little bit. Well, that's a good way to start.
And we even have the mic.
Well,
this guy was just eating my plants. That's the thing about having omnivorous animals and also loving plants. But hey, it's natural. This is supposed to be the introduction to the TannerTerrarium channel. It's going to be an educational, informative, and hopefully entertaining channel for people who like plants, terrariums, and sailfin dragons. But introductions. I'm Dakota Tanner, hence the name The TannerTerrarium. This is Sylvester Stallone, the sailfin dragon, Hydrosaurus celebensis. He's going to be making a bunch of appearances in the videos and kind of be the mascot. A little info about this guy is he will get roughly 4 foot in length, and this sail is going to get even larger. The tail is about 2/3 of the entire body length. So most of that 4 foot will be of this tail, but he's pretty chill. I got him at around 9 months old. Had him for a little over a year now. He's easily quadrupled in size since getting him. Thought he was a female when I first got him. His name was Selena Gomez. Found out he's a male, and now it's Sylvester Stallone. So you can see the trend there. Kind of an introduction to what's going to be happening is I have all kinds of projects going on all the time. Mostly terrariums, not for reptiles, but I've made sort of naturalistic, bioactive enclosures for all of my animals, minus this guy, because he will eat any plant I put in there. For example, I have a marble queen pothos growing out of my 40-gallon fish tank over here, and he just bit one of my beautiful marbled leaves in half because I was setting up the camera and not paying attention. So he at the moment does not have a very naturalistic enclosure. It's a grow tent that has a pretty significant, tub in it for him to swim, because they are very heavily arboreal and aquatic. But he pretty much only has everything that's needed for husbandry, like lights, UVB, and a heat rock by the water. And it's very basic. I have already bought the upgrade enclosure that'll be at least twice as big, because he is sizing up quite rapidly. But I don't really like fake plants. Much prefer the look of real plants, obviously. And but he eats all real plants, so no real plants for him, which honestly sucks because he's big and beautiful and a friend of mine, and he chills out with me the most of any animal I have besides our cats. And I'd like to give him a big naturalistic enclosure, but it's not possible. So I also have a tree skink female. I had a male. I did get him from someone else who got him wild caught. So he was a wild caught long-term captive when I got him. And I was starting a breeding project with a captive bred female that I got. Her name's Jade. And his name was Kermit. I didn't know how old he was when I got them. He did pass away about a month ago. No signs of metabolic bone disease, impaction. I have to assume he just passed away from old age. But so that breeding project's over with. But I still have Jade, and she's awesome, and she's my little string bean, and she'll just jump on me, use me as a tree, kind of like Sylvester does. And she's chill. I've known the emerald tree skinks to be communal, so I might look into getting her a new boyfriend or just another friend. My intent was to make more captive bred babies. Yes, I would get money from selling them, but also to prevent them being harvested from the wild. That's the ultimate goal, should be the ultimate goal of every breeder, is to combat against animals being taken from their native range and sold as just as pets, which, you know, obviously I don't have an issue with people keeping exotic pets. I just think we as humans have such an impact on the world that's an unnatural impact, that we need to be very cognizant of what we do and how we do it. And I think captive breeding programs are the best way to conserve animals out in nature. Because if this guy stopped existing in nature, and, you know, the future generations didn't get to experience how cool this guy is, then that would suck. I'll be showcasing terrariums, building terrariums. I have a newfound interest in microfauna, isopods, millipedes, and springtails. I have orange springtails, so I'll be doing stuff with that. I like making things look as natural as possible, so kind of like epiphytic stuff. So like this orchid is in this cork tube, and it's, you know, I like looking at it. So it's doing really good, it's really healthy. I just did this staghorn fern, mounted it in this half tube, and it's doing really good. I am very impatient. I should have done it on camera, but I didn't, and it took me all of like 2 minutes to get done, which, you know, sometimes projects take 2 minutes, sometimes they take 2 weeks. We'll see that. Yeah, I'll probably be doing more terrarium stuff than houseplant stuff, just because I feel like there's enough content out there for tropical houseplant stuff. I'll be doing some of it, but terrarium's just kind of like where I'm going to be focusing on. I've got a couple projects already in the works. Lamps that are clear vases I'm going to make in terrariums, and it's going to be a lamp, and the vase of the lamp is going to be the terrarium, and, you know, obviously the lamp itself is going to be the light for the terrarium. We're going to see how it works. I don't know if the light's going to be able to shine directly down on it, or if it's going to need an accessory light for the lamp, which wouldn't really look great, but we'll see. It might just be a for show thing. Maybe some lower light plants, something that grows in like shade of the forest floor. Like I have jewel orchids that would do good. Spike moss, stuff like that would do pretty good. And a couple cloches that I'm gonna work on. I just got a African giant millipede that I need to make an enclosure for, because the temporary thing I have in it right now is literally for clown isopods, and I kept the clown isopods in the tub that they came in and put the giant African millipede in the container that I made for the clown isopods. I just keep it a little bit more moist for the African giant. So this is just butterhead lettuce. Obviously, he's eating my pothos, so he's hungry, but he is a big back. And loves food. I think he only tolerates me as much as he does because I give him food. Big ol' leaf. He loves his greens. He also loves his protein. He's just a big back all around. I won't make this too long. Tons of plants, tons of terrariums, lizards, microfauna, maybe some aquarium stuff, some herping. I don't know if all of you know what herping is, but might do some herping vlogs with a buddy of mine. He does a lot of stuff with venomous on TikTok and YouTube, but we might go do some herping and vlog that, so that'll be fun. I'm Tanner. This is Sylvester. Bye.